Hello, everyone. My name is Earl Declet. I am the Citywide Director of High School Services here at the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Francisco. Here at BGCSF, we are dedicated to supporting youth as they learn to share their unique perspective. Today, I am super fortunate to be here with three of our team members from our Excelsior Clubhouse. We are going to hear about what the last 18 months have been like for them and what they're excited about for the future. So before we get started, let's first introduce our three panelists. Let's go around and say our first name and what year you are in school.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I attend Burden High School and I'm a senior.
Hi, my name is Christabel, and I'm a junior at Lowell High School.
Hi, my name is Noah, and I'm a junior at Burton High School.
All right. Well, Kelly, Christabel, Noah, thank you all again for agreeing to participate in this panel. Shall we dive right into this thing or what? All right, let's do it. All right. So our first question is going to be for Kelly. So the question is, when we look at the last year, and especially as it relates to the teen community here and the pandemic, something that really stands out is that you all showed up almost every day to the club. What did being a member of the Excelsior teen community throughout COVID mean to you? And how did it shape your entire kind of COVID experience?
I feel like with COVID, the pandemic really took a toll on all of us. So we didn't know we're gonna have a summer or school year at the club because of mandates and being told to stay at home. Being a member at the Excelsior teen community made me realize how much the club has impacted my life. And it made my COVID experience a lot better because the Boys and Girls Club fought to stay open for kids to use resources, either to be supported in a school year or a summer program. With the pandemic going on, there's still many teens that still want to come in just to see faces, even there isn't a physical interaction.
Yeah, I'm glad that that experience kind of helped you throughout this entire pandemic. All right, our next question is going to be for Chrisabel. So now that we are in a different phase of the pandemic and school is back in person, what keeps you coming back to the club, and how are your club friendships different from those that you have at school?
So what can you think from coming back to the club is community and friends. I feel like, especially at school, I don't have that many close friends, and the club gives me a sense of community and family.
I can kind of see in your title too, right? 10-year Excelsior Clubhouse member, right? And so you've spent a lot of time at that club. So I can see why, you're really connected to the space. All right. Question number 3, Noah, this one's for you. So BGCSF has decided to put a great deal of focus on the mental health and social emotional wellness of our club members. How does that resonate with you? How does that sound to you?
To me, I think it's an amazing decision that they've made to put more focus on mental health because to me, mental health is something that's very real and is very important to everyone, no matter how old you are. And it's also something that doesn't have a lot of light shed onto it because I feel like today's teens and the pandemic that we're in, I feel like everyone at some point, our mental health hit a rock bottom. And I would like to thank the club for opening that up to teens because some teens or a lot of teens kind of feel like they can't reach out to anyone because they feel like they're going to be judged or shunned. But club is a place where we already all feel safe.
Now that we're kind of back and we're trying to again reemerge out of the pandemic and really focusing on these issues, I'm hoping that more teens can take advantage of the opportunities that we're presenting as well. Thanks. All right. Next question. We're going to go back to you, Chrisabel. So, how can teens, not just the three of you, but just teens at other clubs or at school, best support each other as we kind of work our way out of the pandemic? And also, how can the club best support our teen community as we kind of again emerge out of the pandemic?
Yeah, to answer the first part, feel like teens can help each other by discussing the challenging aspects of adjusting to in-person school again. I know for me personally, I've had some trouble adjusting to the workload and just the fast pace of how school is going now. And another thing is checking in with each other. I think it helps for me, at least for me, to know that there are other people who are going through this as well and that I'm not alone. To answer the second part, I feel like the club can better support the teens. One thing that I personally want is having our behavioral health specialist, Debbie, back in club more often, especially because after a long day, especially like today, I had a test and I wasn't sure if I did well on it or not. So after a very long day like that, I feel like I should be talking to a professional about it, especially if I have these daunting thoughts in my head.
For sure. Yeah, like again, it's really important to be able to have that outlet for teens, right? And Debbie and the whole behavioral health services team are the real MVPs. All right, we are going to go back to Noah. Oh, I like this question. Noah, what are you looking forward to over the next few years? Have any of your plans changed as a result of the pandemic? Kind of, where are you at right now?
As for to answer the first part, I'm looking forward to finally going back to school with, actual people, getting to see more people and, face-to-face learning, because I feel like I learn better like that, and a lot of other kids do learn better than that. And I'm also looking forward to coming to club daily, seeing more people, since, more people are able to come now. I'm excited to see more people at club. And for your second part, I wouldn't say any of my plans have changed, but my outlook on life has definitely changed, because now I feel like I shouldn't take anything for granted, because, that was 18 months of like it was 18 months of like nothing, I barely saw anyone. And now I feel like, I should plan to make more memories here and like step out and do something if I want to do it. If I want to do like a sport that I've never tried before, do it. Life's too short. Or yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. Again, the world was on pause for a little bit, and again, for teens and high school students, high school is, it's only 4 years, right? You only get 4 years of high school, and for a lot of teens, they had 18 months of that, right? A year and a half taken away from them, and so now you really have to try and do everything you want to do in high school in a little over 2 years, right? And so I like your approach. I like your outlook, and just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Time is short, life is short. Let's do it, right? And so, thanks for sharing, Christabel. We're gonna bounce back to you for the next one. So you have your whole life ahead of you, right? In 10, 15, 20 years, how do you think that you're gonna remember this pandemic, this time that we're in right now?
Yeah, I feel like one of the things that's really going to resonate with me and that I'm going to tell my children in the future is their social life. I feel like, especially with the pandemic, my social life has gone down. I didn't really see any of my school friends for a very long time. And of course, it's nice that I see them again, but it's not really the same. And another thing that sticks with me right now and is going to stick with me in the future is the amount of people we've lost. It's really unfortunate that so many lives have been taken by this horrible virus. And the third thing is the uncertainty, especially going the beginning of this pandemic. We didn't really know what was going to happen with the mask, the vaccine, and when we were going to be able to go outside again. And I feel like that's something that I'm going to teach my children to cherish and prepare for.
Yeah. Again, we never know what's going to happen. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And so, yeah, the kind of the mindset of just living life to the fullest and enjoying the time that we have here and now is real. So thanks for sharing. Kelly, this one's for you. So, are there any kind of like silver linings or valuable lessons that you've learned about yourself that came out of being a teen during this really weird COVID time? And then also, how have they influenced you or any of your goals for the future?
A lesson I would say I would learn during COVID was to do what I like to do. Like during the pandemic, I have done a lot of cooking that geared me like kind of wanting to be a chef. And I have loved cooking because it's like science, but it's not exactly science. And it excites me that you can always make it better or change it up to make it different. And it just made me understand that I want to do something different and it's okay.
Yeah, I think that's great. Again, thinking about career wise, like again, where priorities are changing a little bit, and it's like, hey, I want to do something that's fun for me, right? And prioritizing that because you don't know if you're going to be able to do that down the line, right? All right, our final question. This one's going to go back to you, Kelly. In addition to managing the pandemic, the teen community has also had to navigate other social challenges, right? And so we understand that you've participated in some work around Stop Asian Hate advocacy. Can you talk a little bit about your perspective on this important social issue? And if there are any ways in which your membership at the club has helped you advocate or supported you?
I would say the first time I heard about the Asian American attacks, it saddened me knowing that it wasn't just happening at San Francisco, it was happening around the world. So I felt helpless because I was just sitting behind a phone screen looking at the news that has been posted. And then every day and every week, the numbers of hate crimes were increasing, and I didn't know how to advocate. So when I joined PAC, which is President's Advisory Council, I was able to be part of a community conversation for middle and high schoolers. And there were many who needed to vent about these tough situations. And the membership at the clubhouse really just gave me a chance to join PAC and advocate for the Asian American community. And we were able to talk about like facts and how others can express themselves during, and it's like a safe environment for everybody with different perspectives.
Yeah, that's great. It's tough, right? To not only be dealing with a pandemic, but then you have all of these other social issues that are really just kind of exacerbating everybody and just making everything a lot tougher to kind of get through the day. Well, thank you all for your incredible insight on things. Christabel, Noah, and Kelly, you all did an amazing, amazing job. I always love hearing from our teens, and it makes me feel optimistic, really, about the future and the strength of our community. So thank you so much to the three of you again for spending some time with us. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. Nice job. Okay, y'all, I see you. And until next time, y'all, let's wave to the lovely viewers and talk to y'all next time.